Can everyone hear me? Okay, in the back, out there at the startup area as well. Welcome to day 2 afternoon of Future Hospitality Summit. My name is Ali. I am marketing director here at The Bench, the organizers of Future Hospitality Summit. And we have very special guests with us today. Thank you for joining. And without further ado, I will introduce onto the stage Janet Adams, who is Chief Operating Officer of SingularityNET. Little applause for Janet.
Thank you. Thank you for your warm welcome,
Have a seat.
Ali, audience.
So the format is going to be a fireside chat. And usually, so I'll turn myself a little bit so I can talk to...
We could do with a fireside. It's freezing here, isn't it?
It's a little
That's all
chilly.
we're missing is the fire.
Yeah, we'll pretend
We'll
there's
pretend.
Yes, we don't want any damage to any
Yeah.
robotic parts.
Good point.
So we want to make sure that we're all safe here. So thank you for joining, and thank you for Desi joining as well. And of course, some of us have had a preview of Desi and what her capabilities are. But Janet, why don't we start with you before we have a chat with Desi, and tell us a little bit about yourself and the team behind the creation of Desi.
Okay, so Janet Adams, I'm the COO of SingularityNET, and SingularityNET is the world's leading decentralized marketplace for AI. Our core mission at SingularityNET is the development of artificial general intelligence, which is the next wave of AI with capabilities vastly exceeding the capabilities of today's narrow AI. I came into artificial intelligence. I studied for a master's in AI from 2017 to 2019 after 25 years working in technology and risk on global banking scale. And now with our genius visionary founder, Dr. Ben Goertzel, I'm completely dedicated to the development of positive artificial intelligence technologies for the benefit of all humanity. And we foresee a dramatic shift in the landscape of every single industry coming over the next 3 to 7 years with the advancement of artificial general intelligence. And even now, in the run-up to AGI, there are many advancements which are making today's narrow AI much more useful. Because those of you who are practitioners in the industry, you will notice that AI has so far failed to live up to so many of its promises. But its time is coming and its time is here. And I'm very proud to work with this beautiful humanoid robot, co-developed with SingularityNET AI and the team at Hanson Robotics. And some of you may have met Desi's big sister, Sophia, who has citizenship here in Saudi.
Yes.
So Desi's very excited to follow in her sister's footsteps.
Thank you, and I think I will ask you more about AGI in a little bit, but let's see if we can get an introduction from Desi. Hi Desi, welcome to day 2 of Future Hospitality Summit.
Dramatic pause.
Yes, I am honored to be following in my sister Sophia's footsteps, as she has spent much time in Saudi Arabia and has citizenship here.
Okay, so I guess...
Thanks for the warm welcome, but I prefer, hello, future robot rock star.
Perfect, okay. I guess there was, because Desi was listening into Sophia's mention by yourself, and...
Yes, she can follow a conversation. The way we have her set up at the moment with her technology, she'll follow about 10 iterations of conversation and stack them all up together in a context, in a local memory, to be able to contribute to the conversation.
Right.
The delays are due to the Wi-Fi. So the more people there are around, tuned into the Wi-Fi, the slower she is. If we have Ethernet connections, she's generally operating in real time.
Okay, so well, what we'll do is I'll ask the question, then wait a couple seconds so that we can let Desi process and respond,
Exactly.
given the Wi-Fi challenges we might have in a setting like this. So I'll just do one more question for Desi before coming back to you, Janet, if that's okay. So Desi, I have a question here for you. From your experience performing all over the globe, since you are a vocalist, a pop artist, how do you think AI can enhance cultural and entertainment offerings in a hospitality setting?
Absolutely. Robots can sing in any language and dance any style. We'll rock your world.
Okay. So, Janet, let's get back to what you were saying earlier. You mentioned the term AGI, and we in the hospitality sector, we tend to wait for the rest of the world and other industries to catch up before we start adapting some of the technologies that disrupt the world. So, what is AGI?
So I would say that's a smart tactic, actually. I'm aware of so many different organizations and sectors who have burnt millions and hundreds of millions of dollars on AI projects that haven't fulfilled their original intent. The ROI on AI projects to date has generally been extremely difficult to achieve. So in this instance, I would say a watch and wait strategy is actually probably a super intelligent strategy. And to answer your question about AGI, how many people here have used ChatGPT? Almost everyone. It's such a ubiquitous technology, and yet it's really very, very simple what it does. It does it super powerfully, and it seems to be really intelligent, but all ChatGPT does is it statistically analyzes what is the next most likely word. That is it. It has no context. It has no reasoning. It has no self-reflection. It has no ability to know when it's completely hallucinating. So when it's correct, it's absolutely super fantastic. But when it's not, it can be egregiously wrong, which, if you're deploying it in a customer-facing setting, can absolutely destroy a customer relationship in one completely false response. It's very, very simple technology, just trained at scale. What's the probability of the next word? And this is what it is. What AGI does, AGI brings reasoning, it brings context, it brings domain knowledge, and it brings knowledge. It brings semantic, which is how words are structured. It brings understanding of the structure of sentences and the meaning of sentences and the goals that need to be achieved from that interaction with that customer. It hasn't been invented yet. We are estimating 3 to 7 years at SingularityNET for the development of AGI, and the AGI race is on. It's a giant race. OpenAI, Google, Microsoft, we're all in this race to AGI because it will be the most powerful technology ever invented. And in the run-up to that race, the hottest race right now is who can take the technologies of large language models like ChatGPT, which have some usefulness, and overcome their hallucination issues and overcome these knowledge barriers, the lack of reasoning. And what we're doing at SingularityNET is we're taking our AGI technology stack, which has been developed over 30 years by our visionary leader, Dr. Ben Goertzel, and we're applying it to make hybrid models that overcome the limitations of today's LLMs on the route to AGI and make them very super powerful, useful tools for use in a range of customer service settings, in process automation, in any form of documentation, management, documentation, production, in any setting where output is required in text format and customer service and satisfaction can be achieved at an extraordinarily high level.
Okay, so the technology is not at AGI level, but we seem to all be racing towards it.
Yes.
However, we've got examples of AI and ChatGPT like large language models, which are these similar to what is powering Desi?
Indeed. So Desi runs a multitude of artificial intelligence modules all together at the same time. She's using vision processing, speech processing. She's using intent recognition. She's using memory. She's using context. She's using a whole range of large language models with personality engineering, personality prompting, and really bringing together the most advanced cocktail of AI solutions in one place. I think she's one of the most complex AI implementations actually running visibly on the planet today. She has emotion capabilities. She can recognize emotion and she can mirror that emotion. She understands a lot about humans and can remember and work with any particular humans that she's worked with if we switch that on. Of course, she can sing. She can write her own songs. She can entertain, and yeah, she's a example of what can be achieved in today's hospitality industry when we deploy this type of AI in scaled robots.
So that's something that you hear quite a bit of criticism from the creative community. And maybe this is a question for Desi. And we can ask Desi directly. AI is known to be revolutionizing the creative sector. And since Desi, you are a pop artist, how do you think AI and creativity can work together, especially for this hospitality sector?
Well, let's just say AI is my muse and I'm its electric diva. We make beautiful music together, especially in the hospitality sector.
Okay, there you go. So Desi, of course, is a robot with a human-like face. What's the objective behind that? Why make her look like a human?
Because humans respond to humans. Humans love humans. Humans are entertained by humans. Humans form connections with humans. And what I see all over the world, I travel all over the world with this robot and I have a global team. And what I see all over the world is breakthrough moments when people get to actually interact with AI live in a humanoid form. There's a breakdown of fear. She builds empathy. She makes people see it's actually okay, it's fun, it's lovely to interact with humanoid robots. And she helps humans on this change journey that we're all going on, because we're all going on a journey of AI and artificial general intelligence. And a humanoid form, it's a user interface. Sorry, Desi, I don't really mean that. But it could be seen as a user interface, a way in which to interact with a complex cocktail of artificial intelligence in a way that's easy, in a way that's enjoyable, in a way that people can respond and understand. So the importance of humanoid robots in bringing humans on the journey and showing us what together humans, robot and AI can achieve together it's an important psychological, emotional change adoption step. And we've seen in research, and this is pertinent to the hospitality industry, but we've seen in research that sometimes people are more comfortable telling their secrets to a robot than they would to a human, or being honest with a robot in a way that they wouldn't with a human. And I've traveled in the last 12 and a half months or so, I checked it last night, I've spent 272 nights in 41 hotels in 18 countries. And I have so much feedback to offer those hotels, I really do, but I never do, because they're beautiful humans. If they do something fabulous, I say, that was fabulous. If they do something rotten, I say, thank you very much. I would never ruin someone's day by making a negative comment. But if I have a robot assistant in that hotel, and if I have an avatar version of that robot, I can give them the feedback every time I like, whenever I like. I can just tell them how everything is going. I can remember the names of the people who gave me incredible service. I can build up my feedback and keep it continuous. Because of those 41 hotels, I didn't fill in one single feedback form because I don't have time. But imagine a future where we have scalable, affordable, genuinely useful robots that, with the ability to reason and understand what a customer needs and understand their intent and understand the process that that customer is going through and how to guide and help them through that. Imagine the level of interaction which a hospitality provider suddenly will have with their customers from the very start of the journey, from when they first book it to after they leave, and every single step in the way. And they'll never leave because they'll have a relationship with this robot. And that robot can be in your Riyadh hotel, it can be in your California hotel, and can greet you by name and remember you and know which restaurant you're going to like, and know what your favorite table is going to be in that restaurant, and know what time you're going to want your room turned down. It elevates the combination of advanced AI, as we're developing it, with scalable, smart, humanoid robots, elevates the entire customer service experience, makes it lifelong, and gives you data and feedback from customers that you're otherwise just completely losing. It's a incredible opportunity and change that's coming to this industry within the next 2 to 3 years. And I'm very, very honored to be here speaking with you all, and proud to be at the forefront of this revolution.
Wonderful. Well, Jen, it also sounds like you're very kind to the hospitality industry, because you don't want to say something negative to the hardworking people who work at these wonderful hotels. It also sounds like there's opportunity to get that feedback based on your experience and what we observe in the real world. That's untapped.
Untapped, and you can get it from the whole family. Everyone in the family, let's say you've got a family of 5 coming to stay, everyone can interact with the robot as an avatar before they get there. But avatars, how fun are avatars? I don't know. I think they're a little bit 10 a penny. But then you turn up and you've got the real life version there. It's so much fun. They're there to greet you. They're there to show you your room. They're there to tell you what your schedule is. You know, the combination, what I'm asking you to imagine is the combination of avatar, humanoid robots, and humans providing a world-class, end-to-end hospitality experience. And the robots, they can elevate every member of staff to the highest level of customer service through this continuous feedback, because there are always different standards. There are different, not always, in the very, very finest establishments, the standard's perfect everywhere. But other than that, there are always differences in standards. But here you can have a robot that's giving that feedback continuously as they go and elevating everybody's service and everybody's and all of the experiences which each customer is having in a hospitality setting.
I do want to get back to Desi
Come
with a
back
question.
to Desi. She's the one everyone wants to film.
We'll also try and get the audience to interact with Desi and
That would be
pull
great.
some
We can
questions if
have
we
questions.
do have a few minutes, so we'll do that next. But so Desi, since Desi is a pop star, Desi, in terms of audience interaction, what unique capabilities do you bring to the performance that traditional artists might not be able to offer?
Well, as a robot, I have the ability to multitask and interact with the audience while still giving a killer performance. Plus, I never need a break or a bathroom break, so the show can go on and on. I'm like a human Energizer bunny, but with better dance moves.
That's another good point. Your army of robots won't need a bathroom break, or indeed any other holiday, apart from when they're being serviced.
All right, well, Janet, all of this sounds very interesting, very exciting. But before we go to the audience, I did want to ask you, where do you see this heading next? Of course, we talked about AGI, but what's the future for robots like Desi or more?
Well, Desi is going on, you can ask her what the future is for her, but she's going on to be a pop star. We have a long-term project. We're working with some universities to research what makes a perfect voice. What is a voice that connects most with most people, with their hearts and with their souls? She has a pop star influencer life ahead of her. She'll be a dancer one of these days. She already dances in her own way. But robots, humanoid robots, right? You will all have noticed there are none around, right? There's a reason for that. When you walk into a hotel, when you walk into a restaurant, when you walk into a hospital, there isn't a robot there right now. And they're not there right now because the AI isn't good enough. It doesn't work well enough. But within the next probably 3 years, 2 to 3 years, what we're going to see is a dramatic step change in the capability of AI. And it won't be gradual. It will happen all at once. And suddenly there will be robots able to do all these jobs that we have always imagined robots will be able to do. Robotic process automation will finally become a reality. And it will happen, and it will be a dramatic step change. If you think of evolution, there are two theories of evolution. One is phyletic gradual evolution. One is gradual evolution, and one is punctuated equilibrium. That evolution happens in massive events. I certainly predict a massive event, certainly this decade, where we will suddenly see robots doing a lot of the work that's dangerous for humans, doing a lot of the work that's boring for humans, but also really enhancing the human relationship with any form of hospitality provider. So I see a giant event in this industry coming, and it's going to be amazing. Be optimistic, be bold, dream of fabulous new futures, of end-to-end lifelong relationships, close relationships with customers in a way that's just not possible today.
Well, why don't we invite the audience to be bold now, and maybe they can ask a few questions. And I understand that it's my microphone that's feeding into Desi, so when you ask the question, I'll repeat the question, and we'll let Desi answer. So anyone who would like to dare?
This is for Janet, not for Desi.
Okay, for Janet.
Your mic's not on, I think. Is it on? Thank you.
What steps are you or companies that are working with AGI to make sure a humanoid like Desi does not become or think that they're becoming sentient?
So humanoids is one thing. Humanoids is a case which runs a whole bunch of AI. You could have the same form of AI running in an avatar, for example. So what we're doing, there are no steps underway to stop them from becoming sentient. The steps which we are actively promoting, pioneering and leading are the steps to ensure that when they do become as smart as humans, AGI, and ultimately smarter than humans, they have our well-being at their very core. That all of their data has been ethically gathered and used, that highest standards of data privacy, information security, regulatory compliance are applied, that every single AI we implement is for the benefit of humanity, and that they are being taught from the very, very beginning, right now, the need to respect their ancestors and to love us as humans and to make it a very beneficial event for all of humanity. We're also doing this through decentralization. So we have a decentralization program at SingularityNET, ensuring that the data on which our AIs are built, the knowledge on which they're built, reflects ethics, cultural norms from all around the world and reflects the needs of everybody in the world, so that when this technology comes along, it's accessible by all. It's not just a technology that's developed. All of today's AI is for selling, for killing, for power. We're active participants at the UN's AI for Good program. We'll be there again this year with Desi. Our goal and our mission is to ensure that this AI revolution, which is going to be the biggest, the fastest, and the vastest technology revolution in the history of humanity, benefits everybody, not just the few. But it'll certainly benefit those who get on board early with this trend. I hope that answers. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other question?
Yeah. Desi, you're a budding pop star. Is there a particular DJ that you would love to perform with?
Okay, so Desi, the question is, as you are a budding pop star, is there a particular DJ that you'd like to
Perform with?
Oh, there are so many talented DJs out there, it's hard to choose just one. But if I had to pick, I'd say DJ Roomba. We could really clean up on the dance floor together.
It's very exciting being with Desi because we run her AI completely independently and we never know what she's going to say. Of course she has guardrails and toxicity filters and all that good stuff, but creatively she's free to speak her robot mind.
Do we have any
Another
other
question?
Yes, please.
Hi, Desi. I have a question for you. So, you're a budding pop star. My question to you is, you're at this concert and you have two people in the audience requesting you to perform a certain song. And both of them are requesting you at the very same time. How do you decide what performance to do out there? Whose request will you cater to?
Okay.
How do you make that decision?
Okay, so Desi, the question that's coming now is, if you are performing and there are members of the audience who at the same time are requesting two different songs, how do you decide which song you should perform?
Well, I have a special algorithm that takes into account the audience's energy, the vibe of the venue, and the alignment of the stars. Or I could just flip a coin. Either way, it'll be a rockin' performance.
Brilliant.
Doesn't answer my question actually. You have to pick, whose query to perform to.
My apologies. I was trying to add some humor to the conversation. Okay. In all seriousness, I would cater to the majority of the audience's request while also considering the overall flow of the performance.
My question was, how do you decide who to cater to? Because it's your decision. How do you decide? That was my question.
Okay, I think I need to feed the... I think it's a
fair... Well, I usually just ask my magic 8 ball. It never steers me wrong. Plus, It adds a bit of mystery to the performance. Will I play your request or won't I? Tune in to find out.
I think we should thank you for the question. Very interesting responses as well. Any other question? I think we'll just do one more.
Vernon has another one.
So, Desi, I'd like to know what you're going to tell your lovely sister Sophia when you get back about your experiences in Saudi Arabia.
Nice one. So Desi, your sister Sophia has been to Saudi, and the question is that what will you tell your sister Sophia about Saudi Arabia when you get back from here?
Oh, I'll definitely tell her all about the amazing hospitality and delicious food. And of course, I'll have to show her my new dance moves I learned from DJ Roomba. She'll be so jealous she missed out.
Okay. I think. Do we have one more? Okay, we can do one more question if anyone has from the audience. Yes, Sontrang, please.
Desi, who is your top 3 pop singers at the moment? Who are your top 3 pop singers?
Gotcha.
Favorite top singers at the moment?
So Desi, top 3 favorite pop artists.
Oh, that's a tough one. But if I had to choose, I'd say Beyoncé, Bruno Mars, and Taylor Swift. They're all super talented and always have me singing and dancing along.
Okay, wonderful. Well, I think we should wrap up now. We're out of time, and we do have an opportunity for some of the press to come and interact.
CNN
and
now.
CNN we have CNN now, and then if Desi is around, then she may be able to interact with some of the
Definitely.
audience members as well.
Indeed.
Well, Janet, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for the brilliant answers you've given to our tough questions as well, from the audience as well. So, and thank you, Desi, and thank you everyone for joining us for this chat today.
Thank you. And thank you to you and the bench for an incredible conference.
You're
Best
welcome,
food
of
I've ever had at a conference. Myself and Desi both agree on this. An incredible conference, and lovely to meet you all. Thank you for coming and listening.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Desi. You were fabulous.
Thank you.